What is going on YouTube? And welcome back to my channel, JoJo Speaks. I am JoJo Speaks from Faith Warrior Ministries, and thank you so much for joining me for this being my review for RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars 10, Episode 8. So I won't be really doing much of a review as it is a response to all the backlash that RuPaul has been receiving concerning Ginger Minj coming back for a third All-Stars fourth season overall. But I will discuss really quickly what happened during the episode. So the queens come back from the first week of their bracket, and excuse me, the bottom four queens, they end up giving 1 point to each other, so that they all have 1 point. Alyssa gives her point to Cynthia. Cynthia gives her point to Alyssa. Acid gives her point to Denali. Denali gives her point to Acid. So all the girls give points to one another, which I think that's the way that it should be. I think that makes it most fair for everyone and gives everyone the best chance to make it into the semifinals. And so the challenge is that they're going to do a country style type of song in two groups. And so yeah, they have to figure out who's going to be the best, who's going to do the best job. And so it turns out that Ginger Minj and Denali are the top two queens of the week, and Ginger ends up winning the lip sync, of course. So Ginger now has 6 points, Denali has 3 points, Acid Betty has 2 points, and all the other queens have 1 point. Here's my thing about this whole controversy about RuPaul bringing Ginger Minj back. As I've said in reviews in the past, I have an issue with queens that come back for multiple All-Stars. Even though, I haven't minded it for certain queens. I just don't like seeing multiple queens come back for multiple all-stars. I just feel like it's unfair for all of the other queens who have participated in regular seasons of RuPaul's Drag Race and are possibly looked over. Now, there is a possibility that a lot of those queens reject an invitation to come back for all-stars, but I just have a feeling that production has their favorites, and when they have their favorites, they'll reach out to their favorites to come back for All Stars. And it's clear to me that RuPaul enjoys Ginger Minj. However, it's like, if RuPaul loves Ginger Minj that much, then she would have allowed her to win at least one of these All Stars. Of course, she wasn't going to win All Stars 2 because that was probably the most stacked cast of All Stars I think that has ever been on this series thus far. But she really could have. She really could have won season 6, All Star 6. I was really surprised that Kylie Sonique won All Star 6, but she was very deserving of it. But I really thought Ginger Minj was going to win All Star 6, and so for Ginger Minj to come back for a third All Stars, I didn't enjoy seeing her back, and to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if she won now. I have a feeling that, if RuPaul was expected to, give Ginger Minj the win, and now that there's all this controversy about Ginger Minj coming back, will RuPaul actually give the crown to Ginger Minj? I would not expect it. I hope not. Me personally, I'm not the biggest fan of Ginger Minj, although she's probably one of the best drag queens that is on this season of RuPaul's Drag Race. However, I think that's mainly because of the time that she's had to participate in RuPaul's Drag Race. So she knows how the game goes. She knows exactly what to do. The way that she presents herself on the runway is always perfection, at least to me. She always does great makeup. She always does great runway outfits. Ginger Minj is a great drag queen. So she's always checking all the boxes when it comes to competition, this type of competition and things of that nature. But I understand why the fan base is so upset about Ginger Minj continuing to come back. I'm so glad that they're not talking about a black queen. But I guess we wouldn't have this issue if it were a black queen. But anyways, I'm glad that the fan base sees the issues in this happening, and so who knows? I just feel bad for those queens who are really, really good queens who won't get the chance to come back. Like, I felt so bad for Tina Burner in the second bracket. Even though I'm not the biggest fan of Tina Burner, I will have to admit, like, I don't really care for her personally. She's just not my type of drag queen. However, I felt really bad that she ended up not being able to get to the semifinals. I really did. Also, Acid Betty. I love Acid Betty. I love her. I was really, really rooting for her in season 8. I'm really, really, really rooting for her in All Stars 10. But it seems like, looks like she's not going to be able to make it to the semifinals unless the bottom queens all give their points to her, and then she wins the third week of the third bracket. So and I'm also falling in love with Denali. I think it probably has to do a lot with her glow up because she looks amazing now. But it's if it seems to be rigged for a certain queen, I don't know if that's necessarily true. But I understand the reason why the fan base is thinking this is because it's her third All Stars, and it seems like you're trying to make it so that this one queen wins. So I think it will just be very surprising if she doesn't win. Now, now certain fans did feel as though All Stars 7, not All Stars 7, All Stars 9. A lot of people did feel as though All Stars 9 was rigged for Roxy Andrews to end up winning, which I would not have been upset if Roxy won All Stars 9. She was one of the top queens for that entire season. The entire time she was there, she was awesome during that season. She won every single lip sync that she participated in, with the exception of the final lip sync. If that counts as an actual lip sync for a win, because I don't think that the winner of the final lip sync is always ends up being the winner of the actual show itself, because I feel like Roxy did a much better job in the final lip sync than Angeria and Vanjie. But anyways, a lot of people felt like All Stars 9 was rigged for Roxy to end up winning. However, Angeria ended up winning, which I was very excited about because I love Angeria Paris Van Michaels. So who knows if Ginger is going to end up winning, but I feel as though now that the fan base has spoken concerning Ginger coming back for a third All Stars, I feel as though now there's no way that she can win. There's no way that she can win. RuPaul would be it would not be a smart decision if RuPaul were to give Ginger Minj the win for All Stars 10. But what do you guys think? Down in the comments, let me know. Make sure you guys join me on every Thursday night at 8 p.m. for my Hot Topics and Social Commentary show. We always have a lot of fun on Thursday nights. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. Press that big red subscribe button. It is free and easy to do. Be sure to leave a thumbs up for this video. Let me know you're enjoying the content that I'm putting out on my channel. Also, be sure to press the notification bell so you're notified every time I post a new video. Leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts on this whole controversy with Ginger Minj coming back for a third All Stars. Also, share JoJo Speaks with all your family, friends, and loved ones. Let everybody know JoJo Speaks is out here in these YouTube streets. I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace out, y'all.